guest tonight is a comedian, and she's also an actress. She's one of the stars of the TV show Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. She's also a frequent guest on the all-new Hollywood Squares. Please welcome Caroline Rhea.
Sweet Caroline.
Wasn't that nice?
That was so cool.
They always think of a song.
Coincidence.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you.
Bubble burster. Thanks.
They didn't think at all about that. You know what's? I wanted to talk to you. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm excited about this Hollywood Squares thing. I know that.
I can tell.
That sounds crazy. I really am, because when I was a kid, I used to watch the Hollywood Squares.
I know.
I bet there are a lot of our young fans that don't know what that is, but. That was a really cool show that I watched when I was a kid, and they've brought it back now.
Paul Lynde was the funniest person in the world.
That's right. He sat in the center square. And
I remember one of the questions was, can a bullfighter ever be a woman? And he said, only if he's really slow.
I had to wait a little bit.
Paul Lynde's joke, okay?
That's why they call them zingers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andy's always so supportive. It's
That's right.
Nice.
He's there to needle you.
Yeah.
You didn't send him.
That was funny.
I love Paul Lynde. And it's, you know, it takes a while to think about that.
It's always like being on an awkward...
Well, what, I mean, is this exciting? Is it fun to do?
This was my first question on Hollywood Squares. Tell me if you would get this. This rock and roll star got his nickname from wearing a black and yellow shirt and is allegedly able to make love for up to 5 hours at a time.
Okay, it's Sting.
Have you had sex with him? How do you know this? How do you know it's Sting? Why does everyone know it's Sting? I said Kenny G, and it was only 4 hours. But it seemed like 5 because his music was playing. But, I'm sorry.
Oh. Uh-huh. Well, give me another one.
The teddy bear was named after which president?
Teddy Roosevelt, right?
I said, I don't know, but I know who the busy beaver was named after. Apparently they don't have this point. Make me feel bad. Okay.
So how are you doing on this show?
I'm terrible. They're like, I'll take Caroline Rhea to disagree. I'm like awful.
Well, you've gotten us into Clinton territory. What do you think? What's your take on this whole thing?
I think it's going to be the only presidential library that has an adult section.
But, you know, it'll be highly visited. You know that.
I know, and Monica's writing a book, Close But No Cigar. I heard that. And, come on, needle me.
No. Now that you're doing well, he shuts up. You won't hear another word from him.
I've put my needles away.
I like the president. I'm really hating Kenneth Starr, and he's so obsessed with the president's sex life. Meanwhile, he's totally screwing the country. So that's what I think about that.
So is that really your opinion? You want Clinton to stay?
Yes, I love Clinton. I do.
Okay.
I've met him, and I'm personally kind of offended he never made a pass at me, because he apparently made a pass at every other person he's ever met. Everyone except for me.
He had a very special receiving line, yeah. Now, what about your personal life? Are you seeing anybody right now? Are you attached? What's going on? I mean, do you have a guy in your life?
I feel like I'm on a terrible blind date. Please take me home.
That's terrible. What do you mean? Why would I be a bad blind date?
A great
What,
blind
I'm like
date.
the dud on a blind date? What are you talking about? Ding dong and hi.
No!
Why? I feel terrible.
You'd be a great blind date.
I'd be a good blind
Can I tell
date.
you how pathetic that would be if you've got your own show 5 years now and you're somebody's blind date? That would just be sad. I'm sorry.
Wait,
no.
Wait, sad for who exactly?
Let's move on. Okay.
No, I'm the kind of guy who would go do that. Yeah, I'd go.
I've had the kind of blind dates where you wait until they're like driving home and they downshift so you can jump and roll from the car. I've had those kind of bad blind dates.
Okay.
If you were fixed up on a blind date, wouldn't you think that within the top 10 descriptive adjectives, lazy eye would be mentioned? Don't you think? Wouldn't that come up somewhere? This was the first 10 minutes of the date. I was like this. What are you looking at? And he's like, nothing, I have a problem with my eye. I was like, oh. But we actually went out for a while. We did. But then we broke
it worked
up.
out?
No,
Why?
I found out he was seeing someone on the side. And that was terrible. Paul Lynde! Okay.
You're going to be great on Hollywood Squares.
I know, I was made for it. I'm such a cheeseball. Now, I actually have a huge crush on my dentist.
Do you seriously?
I do. I've been doing everything. I'm like, you know, gargling with Coke every night. And
Any excuse to go in.
But it's hard to flirt with him, and it was embarrassing because he's like, you know, Caroline, you have a cavity. I'm like, I know, and I'd like you to fill it. Is that wrong? You are so Oprah Geraldo audience. Ooh, ah.
It is the Oprah Geraldo audience we get.
Geraldo
Yeah.
that you get.
And any second now, someone in the audience is going to stand up and go, "Woman, you got to get your act together."
No, my dentist, I had gum surgery, and my dentist actually said to me, you know, Caroline, be very careful of this area. Don't perform oral sex for a while. I said, well, then I hope you take credit cards. I so lost my conviction halfway through. I was like, I can't.
You know what I love about you, though, is you keep going, though. That's the important thing. You
Until
sense that
both feet are in the mouth. Okay.
You sensed this was a problem area, but you decided, I'm just going to keep going. I don't care. Well, let's talk about your past, okay? Things haven't always been this rosy.
My dirty, shameful past.
That's
no,
right.
I had lots of jobs, Conan.
You did?
I did. I started out as a receptionist, but I couldn't get the hang of it. I kept on answering the phone saying, hello, can you help me?
Were you well liked in high school as a kid? Did people like you? What were you? I was the nerd. And
You were the nerd?
I'm very open about that, yes.
You were the nerd? Okay, I was the guest. Okay,
All I have to do is
Past
pull
tense.
this, and you fall out.
Oh, we play intern.
And
Look at
Nipsey
that.
Russell falls in. Yeah. Nipsey, how are you?
I went to an all-girls school. I was captain of the virginity team, and my mother was the coach, and I remember our school cheer, go, go, no, no, no. I don't know why we had cheerleaders. No one ever scored, so it's pointless.
You had a good time, though? Really? No, were you, but seriously, were you, I mean, it must be nice. It's satisfying now because you've had this fame. You walk down the street, people know who you are.
Oh, 8-year-olds from everywhere stop me. It's amazing. If every maitre d' in the world were 8 years old, I could get into any restaurant.
That's the core audience for the TV show, Sabrina?
8. Well, we have 8 all-gay men, which I'm very happy about, and 8-year-old girls, which is a good combo.
We have mostly people in federal penitentiaries.
Oh, I have those. I have those. Yeah.
Writing in, yeah, that's fun.
Which is so odd that we get all this jail mail. I can't imagine, like, it's Friday night in prison, and they're like, TGIF, yeah! It's just so weird.
They're really upset that Urkel's gone, I tell you that much.
I know.
What, so who's recognizing you? I mean, you know, what's it like?
I went into this diner, and or it was a deli, and I'm wearing my Sabrina the Teenage Witch jacket with my name, Caroline, written right across it. And the guy goes, I recognize you from somewhere. And I go, really? You're on television. I go, yes, I am. And he goes, you do the weather. I'm Al Roker.
That went over well. My favorite was in the lobby. I told this once before, but I was in the lobby of this building, and someone stopped me and said, hey, you're that guy from Conan O'Brien. It's like, yes, but he's an ass. I'm leaving.
I had a woman come up to me at Saks, and she goes, I like you. You know why? Because you're a thick sister. You got big boobs and a big ass. And I go, oh, you're too kind. Thank you. Really? Do stop. My head is swelling.
It's nice to talk to the people out there.
It is.
Well,
It's nice to know what they think.
Sabrina...
I thought your show was so great last night. It was so hilarious. You, as the Boys to Men.
Boys to
Very,
Men.
very funny. And for some reason, you as the Incredible Hulk just killed me.
The reason
So
people laugh at
funny.
the Incredible Hulk bit is that they get to see my real chest.
No, it's because you look like one of the Bugaboos. Do you remember that show?
I do remember the Bugaboos.
You look like one of the Bugaboos.
We've now everyone's checking through their old TV show reference book.
We're very young.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch is season premiere Friday, September 25th at 9:00 p.m. On ABC, and check your local listings for the new Hollywood Squares. And it's always fun when you come by. Thanks for doing it.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Caroline Rhea, everybody. Chris Christopherson coming up. Take a break. We'll be right back.